trim or flight. Whiskey round table. Oh, Greg, Karen, and the whiskey wizard talking facts and tastings. They've got you covered. Whiskey round table. Oh.
Welcome to the Whiskey Roundtable. We are your hosts,
Big Jake
Karen Helen Keller.
Doug Dunbar.
and
We have our
Zach, our
producer Zach is here with
Yeah,
us.
delicious.
I figured
And,
it's the holidays. I
that's
should come
right.
show you guys some love.
That's right. You know, hey, you're welcome anytime.
Yeah.
We miss you.
Yeah.
next time we'll unlock the door for you. No,
Hey,
no
that's
problem.
it. It was kind of hard climbing through the window, but I made it eventually.
Very good.
I
Very
told you
good.
to lock that window.
Well, the dogs were sleeping. What was I going to do?
Oh,
So,
my
yeah.
goodness. So I love the decorations.
Yeah,
Actually,
nice
G,
job.
you actually put
That's
these
a
together.
Good job, G. It was nice to show up and see everything all ready to go.
It's my Capricorn sign. We're artsy.
Yeah.
We are artsy and we're financial people.
You're artsy and you're fartsy.
Yeah, I'm artsy.
I
and I'm
will
fartsy.
definitely attest to
There
that.
I'll tell you who's fartsy.
There you go.
Whoa! I'll tell you who's fartsy is Jimbo.
Oh my God.
Oh, really?
I don't know what he ate the other day.
he's been
but-
getting.
I take him to work with me almost every day. Okay, and if I have other stuff going on, then I don't take him because it's just too much. But so he likes to. That's one thing for a dog to sit by his master, if you will. But Jimbo has to sit under my desk, so I have to lean over the desk because he isn't going anywhere. I've tried to pull him off of there, and he's got his arms out like this, his paws out there, and you're trying to pull him, and he's like, "I'm not going nowhere, Daddy. I'm not going nowhere."
Doug knows what
And-
he wants.
As soon as he goes to sleep, you think you're at a garbage place where they just
Garbage dump.
garbage dump, because I'm just like, and then Lou will come into the office and he'll go, "Oh my God," and turn around and go right back to his office. I'm like, "You want to take this dog for a while?" He's like, "Hell no."
No.
Oh my.
Well, that's like the other night. You were sitting in the one room with Jimbo. I was in the other room with Bruna. And, like, literally, it was so loud. He was just letting them
Oh, yeah.
fly. And I
Like
was
a human. It's like a human.
and he's just sleeping.
He just,
One time he got up and he was like,
oh,
ugh.
the last fart he did, and it was so bad, and I'm like stuck because he's like right there, so I'm trying to like get my feet over him to get up, and it was so bad. Even he got up and he goes one, and he walked away.
He
I'm
probably-
like, really?
He was probably blaming you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to leave this with
Really
you for a
did.
minute.
Really did. Really?
Big G did it.
Oh my gosh.
What'd you eat, Dad?
Oh, the joy
So
of
this
owning
is-
bulldogs.
Yeah.
So great topic for kicking off our holiday shows.
You never know what to expect.
You
on the
never
Whiskey
know.
Roundtable.
Never
No.
know.
Jeez.
Yeah, well, it's good that we're all here.
You inspired us, Zach, with your presence to just...
I'm glad I could be your muse. I'm concerned about what you think of me, though.
Oh, that's great. That is wonderful.
Nobody's gonna ask me what show this is.
Well, I was about to do that.
Oh, go ahead.
Um,
Killing me.
Oh,
yeah. So what show is this?
We're on the
Greg?
28th show.
No, this is the 30th, and so
I'll get it right.
yeah. And there's one more show, so we I guess we pretty much know where we're going to finish up the year.
You'd
so.
see if you can remember that the next time.
Won't happen. But I'll give it my best, I promise.
Where am I? Who are you people?
Right? Oh, my goodness.
Like we talk about the show all the time. Like Doug loves to watch the show the next day. Karen loves to watch the show the next day, and I know that she's watching because I hear her laughing upstairs. And I am, for whatever reason, I am not that person. It's like, you know, and I know it sounds very sad, but when I'm done with the show, I'm done. Next.
Yeah.
I don't keep track of any of that. shame on me. But it's just not me. I'm not built that way.
Well, and I think I watch because I want to make sure, like, are we doing
Yeah.
something that we shouldn't be doing, or
I watch for
something
quality
good?
control. You know.
Yeah, because I want to make sure that, well, you just show up and sit there. It's
Yeah.
all good. Just
Exactly.
do your thing.
That's
Dad,
how it works.
don't say that. You guys talk like I don't do anything. For
Look
the
at your
No,
wonderful
that's not what-
decorations. I gave you all the credit
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that.
That's true.
Who washes the glasses and brings them down?
Oh,
Who,
no, you-
Who
no,
vacuums
no.
the floor? Who cleans up everything after everybody leaves? That would be me.
I
Yeah, you one time I remember.
Oh, for the love of
One
God.
time.
Oh my God.
Why did I
That's
get
funny.
married? Why did I get married? God help me.
Anyway,
Every day when I break-
you
You
All right,
do
Big G,
Okay.
you demand.
Yeah, you do all that
Thank
stuff.
you.
That's not.
I cook.
Lest we forget,
Don't-
he
don't,
makes.
you know.
You just have different. Everybody has their different jobs. And,
Everybody has their own job.
yeah,
Correct.
and you know,
and mine
but your
is
biggest job is to be the person.
entertain.
You're the personality.
true.
That's we've said that many times. So
Well, yeah.
Thanks, Doug.
And now that we're wrapping up 2022, I guess we can throw that to the audience as well. If you guys have anything that you think we're doing well, that you think that we could do better, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. We might ignore it, but if it makes you feel better, just go ahead and post it there.
Craig will definitely ignore it,
Right.
but Doug and I will get it.
well, and even
Sorry,
if,
did you guys say something?
and also, yeah, I mean, we are going to be on a winter break eventually here, and that's anytime. Just let any suggestions or comments. We'd love to hear them. So we want to come back next year bigger and stronger. So
Yeah. We're going to talk merchandise next year, kids.
yeah, we'll try to make
We're
sure
gonna
we
do some
work out
merchandise.
a way to have more merchandise available.
I'm going to put $10 aside, and we're going to get some merchandise, just so you know.
Oh my goodness.
Get a few buttons.
Oh,
A few
my
buttons.
I was
I need
wa-
one of those rubber arms.
I was wondering what the Sharpies and white T-shirts out back were for.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, enough of my bullshit.
Oh my
Go.
God! All right,
Come
Wiz,
on,
so
let's get into
What do you
this.
say, Wiz?
Any cheap tottery thing that'll get me.
Ah,
Pour a whiskey.
whoa, what do you need? What do you need?
Um,
Here, try this.
Oh, here it is. I didn't.
Oh yeah, it was so far away.
Yeah, I
Way over there.
where
huh?
I don't.
Way
Where,
over
where are
there.
my glasses?
Whoa.
Am I the only one that doesn't have a pregame? Do you?
Yeah,
I don't
well,
have
you,
any
here.
premium.
There's
Do we have a glass?
We're out of glasses.
Oh,
Here,
no,
use this.
this one is unused.
Ah, there
Okay.
you go. There you
I will even share.
I might have
this
stole
with you.
yours.
go. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
wait.
well, I don't know
Well,
if I
hang
can
on.
drink
No,
on
no.
that.
Here.
Oh, I,
What?
Here.
This,
Oh.
no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No,
I
I
got a whole thing
we'll
over
get.
I have a.
During the bottle cam, we'll
how-
grab something else.
All right, bottle cam. I'll grab something. I see it right over there. It's a Russell's Rye 6-year.
Oh.
I will grab. Actually, Zach, if
I was
you-
going to say.
Do you mind?
That is 100% in my reach.
You might as well
so-
just put that right there by right there.
I'll put it in the
They
center.
They can reach it. And
Sorry, I mean we probably should have worked some of this out before the show, but that's.
What do you expect? This is the Whiskey Roundtable.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll share. We can share that. That's
Oh
fine.
my goodness.
Ah,
Ugh. Yikes.
beautiful.
All right, guys. Well, should we go
Yes.
into the bottle cam
Yes.
so everyone knows what? Easy, Hoss.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Everyone knows what we're drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not pre-gaming today.
I see that.
Yeah, I'm not in the mood.
Okay, thank you. Then I'll just take
Yeah, there we go.
Not in the mood.
All right.
You snooze, you lose. All right, we'll be right back. Here's the bottle cam, guys.
Hey everyone, it's time for the bottle cam. The bottle cam.
I was mesmerized by the chip dip. I lost my train of thought over
The
there.
camera went right into it.
Well, and it's,
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to clean off that lens and get it ready for the next one.
it was the Lawson's chip dip, and I don't know,
Yeah.
like if anyone is not from Northeast Ohio and you never had Lawson's chip dip, it is the best chip dip. And God love
Yeah.
Jimmy Chips. Every time he comes
Jimmy
over,
Chips.
he brings the Lawson's chip
A
dip.
bag of chips and some
bag of-
Lawsons.
Oh,
Multiple
my
bags of
God.
chips.
I don't know if I brought this up before, but did you know that Lawson's still exists?
Yes.
Yeah, it's over in Japan. They ended up buying they bought the rights, bought the name, and it's like a 7-Eleven convenience store all over Japan now.
Except
Wow.
they
Get out of here.
Yep.
Awesome.
except they,
Same logo, same colors,
but
same
they-
everything.
It's actually called Rawson's now.
Oh no. There it is.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Lord.
So, tell us about tonight's whiskey.
So, yes. So, as we saw in the bottle cam, we are doing the Cleveland Whiskey Christmas Bourbon.
Awesome.
Yes.
Which, just to digress a little bit, we did go to an event for the, was it an open house for their honey
Yeah.
Was.
bourbon?
Well, I think it's kind of it's an open house because it's their last day
Hurrah.
or weekend in the current distillery location.
Okay.
And they're going to be moving, and as a promotion, they said, "Hey, we got this honey barrel whiskey. We'll let you. We're going to do tastings, and you can buy an exclusive bottle at the distillery. It's the only place they were going to be selling that, and so it was an exclusive. And so I think that was kind of the whole kind of thing, and just to say thanks to everybody who supported them up to this point. So
Yeah, it was a great time. We saw our friend Bob there,
Yeah.
and we got to meet
Bob the Bee,
Bob the Bee.
he was handing
You
out
said he
the
had
honey.
what kind of stinger?
A very small stinger.
Ouch! Ouch! Yeah, he was pouring the tastes of the honey barrel finished. And when he was on the show last, he talked about that whiskey, how they aged honey in bourbon barrels, and then they finished their whiskey. They drained the honey out and then finished the whiskey for several months in the honey barrel. So outstanding.
Oh yeah, it was fantastic.
Gee, I'm so glad you got some, because I'm looking forward to. Maybe
Oh,
we'll do
yeah,
that
yeah.
on a future show.
Yeah, we got a bottle of that.
Definitely.
A friend of ours got a bottle of the Wheat Penny, which I didn't
Yeah.
know when. And I'm sorry, we're supposed to be going into the whiskey, but I didn't realize that the Wheat Penny came in two different proofs. There was a 114, I think, was it, Greg?
Yes.
And then I want to say a 94, maybe.
I did not know that.
I didn't either. So of course we go big or go home is what Nunzio said.
Yeah.
So we went big and we tried the 114, and I thought it was good. It a little hot for me, but when you get up there in proof, it's going to be. But I still thought it was great.
Sounds like
stuff.
I have some homework to do.
Yeah, and I haven't seen that in the store, so I'm not sure where you can get that. Maybe it's only at Cleveland Whiskey, or
Wheat Penny you can get, but I've never seen it in the two separate proofs.
that's what I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm wondering about the higher proof.
They
Is that at
sell
the
them both.
store?
They do sell them both in the liquor stores here in Ohio, and I've never had it. Joe Clark reached out to me when we did the Cleveland Whiskey show here for Cleveland Whiskey, and he reached out to me. Says try basically the barrel proof one, the next one. He says it's really, really good. So trying that, it was good, but drinking it out of a little plastic cup of little
A little hard to.
half shot
Do a
cup, it's
tasting,
hard to
but-
do a tasting for that.
Yeah.
So.
It was.
But
uh,
but it seemed okay, and I'm looking forward to actually trying it in a regular glass and seeing
Really getting the
right,
full
Yeah.
profile.
Matter of fact, maybe we grab that bottle, and maybe that's one of the things we do for January, if you will, or start back or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just thought that'd be a good idea.
yeah,
be
no,
great.
that would be a great
But,
idea.
matter of fact, I would like because they're they've taken us on for a sponsor, which is great, and maybe we do that bottle first. That'd be our first show with Cleveland Whiskey.
Yeah.
If you guys are all
That would
Yeah.
be a great
all
idea.
right, so let's do that.
And also, as we talked about early next year, when we start up again, Greg and I will do our taste off on our 2 American whiskey infinity bottles.
Yes,
We'll do our blind tasting.
that'll be fun.
So that's
You
one
know
of
I'm
our-
gonna win.
Well, I can't
You know I
I
know.
can't say that that isn't going to happen again. Yeah.
Did
What are you
you-
trying? What are you
Such
trying to say?
confidence.
Well, no, I mean it's a fun competition. I'll just leave it at that. I mean, and it was quite shocking that you beat me with an infinity bottle that you literally had poured just about anything into it, including tequila, moonshine, scotch, American whiskey, whatever, and it was fantastic.
And
But you haven't this one. You
rabbit
haven't
hat.
done
The
that. Magic rabbit.
magic rabbit.
Yeah.
Magic hat. Listen.
Well, that's okay. We can allow.
Y'all knew what I meant.
And he's not pre-gaming.
And I did put a little. Actually, you put some in mine.
I did.
Some magic rabbit. So
But
we
that
both
was
have
put,
a little
well,
bit of that.
when I
in
put
there.
that in yours and then we
Yeah.
shook it up. It actually was very, very good. It had,
Oh yeah.
had just enough,
just
just the right amount, and it
Yes.
changed the dynamics. But the finish is unbelievable.
The secret
Unbelievable.
ingredient.
So I do have some magic rabbit, and as I've added to mine, if I feel that ratio is still not correct, I can always add a little bit. Well, anyway, I don't want to give away any
You
secrets.
guys are
Wait,
sitting
wait,
here
wait,
taste
what,
testing
how,
your infinity
what?
bottles.
Cheater.
You always got it. That's the fun of an
Why you
infinity
gotta
bottle.
cheat
You
all the
always
time?
check the progress periodically. Karen, what about this whiskey? Can you tell us?
Yes. So Cleveland Whiskey. It was founded in 2009 by Tom Licks, who we also had the privilege of meeting
Santa. He was playing Santa
earlier
today.
at the event, and great guy. He was dressed as Santa, like you said, and he was a lot of fun. It was great to meet him. But the first bottle, so he founded it in 2009. The first bottle was shipped out in 2013. And now, if I have this right, and I know Bob mentioned it when he was here, they distribute in 13 different states. Which
Yeah,
is-
that's great.
really
I'm glad
cool.
to hear that. I mean,
follow them on Facebook, and I know that they've been doing tastings as far away as Massachusetts.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So, anyone in Massachusetts, go try their
I
Cleveland
mean,
whiskey.
their event
Back in the game.
was packed, right?
It was.
Oh my
Hundreds of
gosh.
people.
So
And
you could barely move around in there. I was surprised. Not that I didn't expect that.
And
they
when
would
we
have
left, there was
but
people still rolling in the door, man.
It was a bigger event, I think, than I was envisioning in my head. So yeah, it was great to see for them. I mean,
yeah, and you guys can head to the Facebook page. We're going to have a little snippet. It should already be up for you guys, so
Yeah.
go ahead and check that out too.
yeah, we put some footage up of our time there, so check that out. So,
Good time. Good
Awesome.
time.
right.
But real quickly, I can't even talk. They use a proprietary process that they call pressure aging,
Yep.
and it accelerates the process which they make their whiskey. So they age it in new charred oak barrels, and then they cut the wood into pieces and they place it into the whiskey with a special pressurization chamber.
Yep.
If I said that right. Supposedly, that's what makes the wood breathe the spirit in and out, and
Faster than than just the normal filling a barrel and sticking it in the warehouse for so many years. They've tried to speed up a process. It's different. Remember, we did that rum, that the place I went to in Vegas, where they have a whole separate process that uses light and puts it through this whole reactor. And so there's these different methodologies out there. So, hey, I mean, all we can say is we've liked what we've been tasting lately out of them. And so,
Their stuff
Yeah.
has been getting better and better
Yeah.
over the years. They
Yes.
got to be refining that process.
yep.
yeah, definitely is. And even when Bob was here, I remember telling him when I first tried Cleveland whiskey, it was very
And I-
young. It was
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot
Yeah.
to it.
And he said the same thing.
Yeah, and
yeah.
it's they've definitely upped their game.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think
Over
they do. I think maybe I'm wrong, but I thought he said they're also doing some more traditional aging as well, and blending, and so Anyway,
Yeah.
we just like what they've been doing. So,
We do. So
and
this,
they're good people, so it's fun to
Everybody
to help
was.
with it.
As
Yeah.
many people that were in that building, everybody was polite to everybody.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
There
real
was-
nice group.
People
of
were laughing. People were, they, if you walked up and trying to get out of your way, they would be like, to get through them. Or, oh, I'm sorry. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Blah blah. I mean, it was just such a nice,
It was
nice evening.
kind of tight, and everybody was in these fairly long lines,
Oh, yeah.
but everybody was really nice. They'd tell you, "Oh, this is the line for whatever over there." So yeah, everybody was really cool. So
It was good.
and yeah. Sorry, we keep interrupting you, Karen. I don't know. Well, let's let
I'm
you
gonna go
get.
sit on the couch. And
Yeah.
show them.
All right. Sounds good. I'll work
Yeah.
that computer.
Oh God,
we're
that
at-
would be
What
a
button you need me to
sight.
push?
Yeah, all of them. Anyway, so this is the Cleveland Whiskey Christmas Bourbon. It is 86 proof
Only comes out at this time of the year.
Yeah.
at Christmas. Is that why they call
No,
it
it's
Christmas
still-
bourbon?
Well, it's partly yes.
Partly, I mean, we're still, getting through, what do you call that? Thanksgiving. So.
Yeah. Of course, that was a couple weeks ago. But anyway,
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I will say that when we were at the Cleveland Whiskey Open House, they made a drink with this Cleveland
Yes.
Christmas bourbon. And it was fantastic. So I did jot down the recipe. So I think if you guys are going to have company over during the holidays, it's something great you could serve.
Yeah.
It is 1 1/2 ounce of the Christmas bourbon, 5 ounces of apple cider, a 1/2 ounce of orange juice, and 2 dashes of lemon bitters.
all right.
And it was, we're all like,
It was dangerous, is what it was.
yeah.
I might substitute a few splashes of chocolate bitters, but that's just. I bet you could play with that.
Yeah, I think what I want to try too, and I was talking to one of the ladies that was there as we were standing in line to buy our bourbon. It would be good with the apple cider heated up,
Yeah.
like in
Oh,
a
yeah.
crock pot or something.
Yeah.
Always good.
It is a whiskey. There's a lot of flavored things out there, and this does have flavoring in it, as Bob told us when he was here. It's these nice Christmas spices, though. It's not junky artificial stuff. But it is a full whiskey, right? It can be called a whiskey. It's not a liqueur. A lot of these flavored things you see on the shelves are under 80 proof. As Karen just told us, this is 86 proof, so it's a whiskey, folks. So it's just got some nice Christmas spices and flavors in it. So
It's all
Anyway.
about that sugar percentage. At a certain point, when you get into fireball territory, it's no longer a whiskey. I know a lot of people might fight me for that, but
well, and their Magic Rabbit's really technically a liqueur because it's but it's still 60 proof. It's still a
Which
lot
is
more
still
than
up
most
there,
of
yeah.
those liqueurs that are out there. So
I love me
Yeah.
some Magic Rabbit
yeah,
or
yeah.
Rabbit Hat or whatever it is you called it. I don't know.
Well, it's about go
The
ahead.
Crazy Rabbit.
Yeah, more.
Crazy Rabbit. No, just to pass this out because I'm
Well,
ready
we're
to try
gonna
this without it being.
let's do our second bottle can,
There
and
we
then we'll get ready and have our taste.
Be right back, kids.
All right, we had to look away for a while, Greg and I.
It gets
It
dizzying.
gets a little dizzying.
I swear, I either fell down the steps or it was actually at Cedar Point. One or the other. I'm
Oh,
not
that
sure.
ride where the bottom drops
Yeah,
out and
yeah.
you just spin real fast and stick to the
That's
wall?
the demons.
you guys are going to
drop or
have to up the production quality. I want to see a bottle cam on the Millennium Force.
something. All right. Well, that's a challenge. Producer Zach he might have to help in that production.
We can
Okay.
definitely try
All
that.
right. So we've all got a glass of the Cleveland Christmas whiskey. So let's nose this thing.
And I'm going to say that right off the bat, the first thing I got out of it was clove. It's like Christmas in a glass to me.
Clove, and I got nutmeg, maybe some cinnamon.
I'm
I
getting
would say cinnamon too.
banana clove. I'm definitely getting.
I get a little bit
A
of
little
clove.
bit of banana, yeah.
Yeah, like
my-
banana bread.
Yeah,
almost,
yeah.
Or something.
My first, I mean, when I picked it up and just gave it a quick and pulled it away, I got what I would consider chocolate.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah, there's a little cocoa going on there too.
I could see that now that I'm going back for another
Smells wonderful.
snoot.
Yeah.
I don't even have underwear that smells as good.
No. Oof.
Oh,
Come
not
on
even
now.
your underwear smell?
Anyhow,
Oh,
I let Jimbo wear it for a week, and I put it on.
I definitely see why they pair this with orange, though.
Yeah.
You already get in
Yeah.
the nose. It's a nice compliment.
I would love to have this in a old fashioned or a Manhattan.
Yeah.
ooh, that would be
That would be
really
good.
good.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of that Luxardo cherry in the bottom.
There you go. I mean, I can't imagine that wouldn't be a game changer for them drinks.
Yeah.
Just in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to try that.
Yeah, I was
know
going
what?
to say.
We're definitely gonna have to try that.
I just got like a whiff of cola.
Yeah, I am. I think it's a combination,
Can I
combination of stuff, but it's definitely
Yeah.
reminiscent of that.
Can I would say, in my personal opinion, when you say cola, everybody thinks soda. I'm gonna say like flat cola.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
no.
Almost like-
you know, if you leave it sit overnight,
Yeah,
you have
I
that.
get that.
You know,
Yeah.
I could honestly say that.
I'm gonna get way too specific, but I'm getting RC cola syrup.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe you just said that. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So I would
Oh
go with
my
that.
gosh.
All right, come on.
all right.
come on.
We are a
Shall
couple
we
of
taste?
weirdos.
Shall we
go.
taste? All right.
Cheers.
So while you guys are tasting it, the aroma, it says Grandma's Kitchen just before Christmas with cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove.
Nailed them all.
Ooh, is that nice? Cinnamon bomb.
Oh my gosh.
Tastes like
Cola.
I'm eating a Christmas
Clove.
Chocolate and cinnamon
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep,
Holy hell.
Yeah.
We gotta buy more of this.
that's really, really good.
Yeah, this is dangerous too.
This is why we like that drink so much.
Yeah, this is very
it's definitely got
dangerous.
some spice in it.
Oh my gosh, it's sweet.
Not cloyingly sweet, but it's.
No,
I mean, it tastes like. What did they? I mean, Grandma's Kitchen.
I'm,
I was
I'm,
thinking
Christmas
grandma.
time.
Oh, anyway.
I'm getting some allspice on the finish. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really,
Clove,
really
allspice, cinnamon. Just it tastes like some kind of a Christmas pudding or something.
I don't get this, but just all of the, because I do a lot of cooking. You know, I like to during fall time. I like to do all kinds of stuff with, because my neighbors have apple trees and all that.
Yeah.
Now I'm not saying I get any apple out of it, but it almost reminds me of apple pie. That's just
it
my
does.
personal.
Yeah,
opinion.
no, it
But you
does
know what
have
I'm
a.
It-
There is something like an apple tart or something.
saying?
And
in
I,
there.
I will say, I'm going to throw a shout out to one of our sponsors, Simply Greek. When we go there, they've got this rice pudding, which I'm not a fan of rice pudding, but this
Yeah.
imitates the flavor in the Simply Greek rice
Yeah,
pudding.
it's fantastic.
Huh.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
I'll have
I
to,
can see that.
I'll have to have Pete have him make us some of that stuff for us to try. That'd be
Yeah, Pete,
something
come
else.
on.
Something else to
This
try.
rice pudding kind of tastes like whatever you put on it, but I'm sure they put
But
Christmas spices, nutmeg, and all that on it. And that, yeah.
It does. You're right. Good. That's a nice. That's a
Look
nice
at me
one.
with the
Yeah.
cola and the rice pudding. Holy hell. No, it is good. Anyone else
Hey,
want
Karen Helen Keller, you really got it, sister.
anyone else want to give any more palate notes?
I mean,
No,
it's funny that almost everything one of you said, I'm like, yeah. It's just got a lot. It's just Christmas in a glass.
It
It's-
is.
I don't know what else to say.
As advertised is what
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's, Christmas pudding, rice pudding, anything that those traditional Christmas dishes, that desserts and things that have all those spices that we associate with Christmas. It's right here.
very good.
So,
So what I got on the palate, which isn't a whole lot, but the fruitcake, which I don't,
What'd you call me?
well, we said a Christmas
that's one of
pudding,
the
which is
nicer
Yeah.
things.
a fruitcake is a type of Christmas pudding. So
And eggnog without the heavy cream.
eggnog.
That's what I was looking for.
I was.
That's
yeah,
what I was looking for.
here I am again going, yeah, but that's true. Eggnog. It would be good in an eggnog too. Come to think.
Oh, you love your eggnog too.
This whiskey's gonna be dangerous for me this December.
Yes, definitely. And finish, they just have one word, medium. So I would agree that it is
Yeah.
medium. It's not short, but it's not long. So
I agree with that.
I'm a huge fan of this.
Yeah,
It's very good.
yeah.
I
You
really
could
like it.
you could have it in all those things we talked about: a Christmas punch, an eggnog, some of those mixed drinks we were talking about. I could sip this just neat by the fireplace. So,
Well, I can do it with the cigar, and you can't.
well,
But anyway,
all right.
very good.
Wow.
I know.
That's good.
All right,
Beautiful.
where are we at, kids?
Well,
I
we're
think we're to the ratings,
we're
aren't
doing
we?
the ratings, and I guess we're going to go to the traditional order. We'll start with Big G, and we'll finish off with our guest. I mean, he is a guest, but he also feels like a normal part of the show.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go with the 4.0.
4.0. Wow, that's really nice. Nice score.
Nice job. Very nice job.
Yes.
I still have that cinnamony.
Cinnamon.
I mean, even smoking a cigar, I still have that on my tongue. It's still there. Very good. I like it. I love it, actually.
Yeah.
What are those drinks where you like put a thing? What is it? A drop of whiskey into a beer. What is that called?
A
Stupidity?
depth charge or a Boilermaker?
Boilermaker.
Boilermaker. There we go.
So a Christmas ale from Great Lakes
Oh.
with this.
We haven't even tried any of that stuff, but
Karen,
all I
we're-
know is we all going to have hangovers tomorrow just thinking about
We're
it.
Yeah.
inventing all kinds of new
God.
things here.
It's going to be America's test kitchen after
Yeah.
the show today, I feel.
And that's great. I mean, that's a very Cleveland thing too, Karen. So you take some Cleveland whiskey,
Oh.
shot of Cleveland whiskey, do a Great Lakes Christmas ale, depth or a Boilermaker. I'm sure
Ooh,
somebody's going to try that.
I got plans.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, I put my score in while Greg was saying his, and this is probably one of the favorite whiskeys that I have done since we've done this show,
Wow.
which
Okay.
I think says a lot.
Yeah.
I gave this a 4.65.
Oh, there we go.
Wow. Okay.
I'd give it higher, but
You haven't tried the other drinks yet.
who needs to?
I like this a lot, and because it's a flavored whiskey, it's a little hard for me to categorize it with the other stuff we compare with. But as Greg and I are usually very close, because at 4 by definition is something I have to have at all times, and this may be hard for me to have at all times on myself. Just a little bit below that at a 3.95. So still very close to Big G. Great whiskey.
It is.
You,
Zackalicious.
you stole my thought process and you stole my rating. That's
okay.
It's fantastic, but it's really hard to compare this to the stuff that we usually have on the show.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's
apples and oranges
It
for everything
is a
else
little
we're
bit of a
doing.
different category, but
But we're
it's
talking about a holiday drink.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
it's
I wanted to do the 4.0.
Take everything else off the shelf.
Yep.
This is a holiday drink.
No,
Yep.
it isn't.
Okay.
I drink this year round.
But regardless,
Definitely.
I'm going the 3.99.
3.99.
That way I'm a little bit different than you.
Okay.
But I will
Fair
say it is a flavored whiskey, but using our score of 4.0, which is something you have to have on your shelf, if you had a bunch of whiskeys and bourbons sitting there, this is the one I would go for. I would pick
Well, then
this
that
one.
definitely you scored it then appropriately.
I would
Yeah.
pick it over my wild turkey, even. I know.
Ev-
Matthew McConaughey, take
even-
a seat, buddy.
He's yeah.
Can already see you tossing your bottles of Long Branch in the
Whoa,
cash.
whoa, whoa,
Tossing
whoa.
my balls.
No, bottles of Long Branch.
Oh,
I thought he said-
okay. I thought I was
No, no, no,
tossing
no, no.
Matthew's balls for a
Whoa.
second.
No.
Anyone want salad?
I don't know.
Just kidding.
What do you do with the twig in the middle?
So if you're watching this after the show, you can rewind to hear what Zach actually said. But But I'll look forward to that.
Or fast forward.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and listen now.
Oh my god.
All right. We have our audience guest, Shauna, that's going to give us a...
I scored it a 3.9 for the same reason
Yes.
of it's great at Christmas time. I'm not sure I would drink it other times. So it's a great holiday whiskey.
Right.
And it's perfect, in fact, for the holidays. I'd probably say it's a 4.25 specific to the holidays.
Right.
But in general, I
Yeah,
give it a 3.
yeah, I
Sure.
think that's fair.
That's
I mean,
fair.
for the
Probably
holidays,
repeat
I
what
can't
I
think
said.
of much that would be better than this.
You
So
might have to repeat.
for the Christmas season.
Awesome.
So just in case anyone did not hear Shauna, she said it is a 3.9.
Oh.
She agrees with a lot of what we said, that it is the perfect holiday whiskey.
Mm-hmm. So well done, Cleveland whiskey.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh,
awesome.
you guys, this is
Yeah,
amazing.
it's going to be an annual tradition for our family. I can say that much.
And it's only 86 proof.
Yeah,
You can drink
yeah.
lots of it.
it makes it goes perfect with cooking, with all those holiday punches and other festivities. So do
Awesome.
get some, and if you can still find some in your local store, go out and get it. We can
Absolutely.
certainly urge you
How
to
much
do
was that bottle?
We went and got it. We pre-ordered it and then drove down on that one day they were handing it out. So I don't remember honestly.
I think
I
they're
wasn't.
I think they're $100.
Is
Yeah,
it?
might have been. I don't know if it was
I
that
don't
much.
think so.
I'll check.
I thought
Yeah.
it was 89 or something like that. Anyway,
Close enough.
You know what? While we're doing the wizard, I can go out and do a search, and we come back and
yeah.
Yeah, you go in.
can kind of
Ohio.
let everyone
Ohio
know.
liquor.
Beat me to it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's time for the Whiskey Wizard. So I'll try to preface this real quick because they're a little bit longer than normal because this was supposed to be part of a 4-part, but we're only doing 2 December episodes. But we that's why I promoted on our last episode about this holiday advent calendar. And so have some friends together to taste this Christmas advent calendar that I personally recommend. So anyway, we'll be right back after this.
See you later, kids.
Whiskey Wizard. It's the Whiskey Wizard.
Hello and welcome to the Whiskey Wizard, where we say that whiskey making takes scientific knowledge, an artisan's skill and dedication, and a bit of the wizard's alchemy of light, air, earth, and fire. Tonight we're kicking off this holiday season with part 1 of our review of the Drinks by the Dram Holiday Advent Calendar, and this time it's that boutique whiskey collection. Last holiday season, for the 2nd year in a row, my kids got me one of these whiskey advent calendars, as I just love them. I also think they make great holiday gifts for whiskey lovers. Anyway, in part 1 here, I had 2 of my good friends and watchers of the Round Table show help me out, Matt Sosa and Joe Fragapane. Both guys like whiskey, but made it clear they're not anything close to an expert, but they graciously agreed to help me out. Anyway, I told them that whiskey is a never-ending cycle of learning and appreciation, and to just be honest about what they get when they nose and taste, and most importantly, whether they like it or not. So this advent calendar had 12 days again, so I did 3 whiskeys an evening for 4 evenings. So here in part 1, we'll cover 6 of them. Obviously in part 2, we'll cover the last 6. So let's go ahead and take it away with part 1. Well, welcome everybody. We're doing a review of That Boutique Whiskey Company Whiskey Collection Advent Calendar for the holiday season. And so we'll be giving this a try. Maybe this is something you want to pick up for one of your whiskey appreciators on your Christmas list or for yourself. So we're trying the Auchroisk, A-U-C-H-R-O-I-S-K. Auchroisk. I've never heard of this. It's a 12-year.
Looks light colored too.
Another light colored one. Here, I finally just figured out. Just twist the lid. Trying to
And we've
get the
only had a
plastic
little
off
bit.
of the
Yeah,
nice.
we've only had a little bit. It's not like Maker's Mark where they have the wax ring, right?
All right, here we go. Yep. Did you rinse?
Yes, it rings.
Okay, I didn't. So
Look how light that one is too.
yes, that doesn't work very good for rinse. But what the hell? Good enough for the whiskey brown table.
What do you expect? This is the Whiskey Roundtable.
Another
Very light.
light.
I seem to be catching a theme here. All right, let's nose this baby.
It's almost similar. to
Very
the one-
similar.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like you got water in there.
Did they just switch to
I just put
a label,
water in there.
different label on the same whiskey?
It's possible.
It's there has a lot of
Maybe
similarities.
just 4 years later they put a new label on it.
But I'm going to give it a real go here. Again, honey.
Mhm.
I get some malt, malt grain and cookie dough. Don't get as much grass and as much kind of grassy notes as I did on the other one.
Do they make a cologne out of this? I would dab
I
behind
know
my
it's
ears.
actually
It's very nice, very
Yeah.
fragrant. Almost ashamed to drink it.
it does have a. Now that you say that, it does have a little bit of a floral heather kind of aromatic to it. Definitely different on the palate.
Yeah.
Has
Not
a-
as sweet, I don't think.
Not as sweet. It's drier.
Yes.
I get a little more warmth. Might be a higher proof. They don't. Do they have the proofs? Oh yeah. Well, that's 47.9.
Is that the 12-year?
And so last one was 50.7, so it's even lower proof than last one. Whoa. Last one was 100% Melica. I said proof, but I meant percent. Now, as I'm into my second sip on this one, this one has a little bolder, more rich character to me. I get, maybe a little dark dried fruit like fig and
I feel it going down, that's for darn sure.
maybe even a tad of milk chocolate. That's that's even more to my liking. Again, just mystified by the light color as I compare that with the taste that I'm getting. But in general, I like this a little bit better. I would give this one a 3.6. So it's pretty darn good. It's close to one of those things. If I saw it again, that's a unique name that I've never heard of, I would definitely seek that out. And
I'm going to give it a
Take a look at
3.
it,
I'm going to give it a 3 because I like the first one better again.
okay.
I'm not the connoisseur that you guys are. I like the sweeter ones, obviously.
Everybody likes what they
Yeah.
like. And
But hey, if you poured me a glass of that next time I visited, I would not say no.
there you go. Okay.
Now that's a little darker.
That Boutique Whiskey Company. Milton Duff, 10-year-old. I have heard of that. Milton Duff, 10-year-old, batch 7. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break to write. Okay, so yes, for our third pick, it's the Milton Duff 10-year-old, batch 7. I can't believe how easy that is. I'm trying to cut off the
Practice makes
glass.
perfect. I mean,
Yeah.
I have to do some more, I guess. Now
Now
that's
we're
the
getting a
more,
little more of a
yeah,
color
that's the
you
more
expect.
traditional color. No, that's more of the Scotch that I know and I'm accustomed to.
Yeah, so if it's a Dufftown and I don't remember, then that is a Speyside.
Okay,
yes.
what's Speyside again? Is that
That's-
one of the cities,
No, that's a
a
region.
region in Scotland?
It's technically a subset of the Highlands, but it's in kind of the north where the River Spey empties out of the Highlands into the ocean. So it's on the, Scotland's kind of in, that shape. It's right. It's on the lower northern coast.
Okay,
So then then there's that part that goes oil.
maybe we'll go there someday when we retire.
You know what? Maybe I'll just show a little quick picture right now of where Speyside is to go along with Matt's question.
Are all three of these from Speyside?
No, well, the first one was. Well, here we are with night 2 of our Advent calendar, Drinks by the Dram, Boutique whiskey version, collection Advent calendar review. Were there enough adjectives in that?
I think it was beautifully done.
Yeah. Okay. So as we did last time, we're going to sample 3 more whiskeys, and tonight's guest is my good friend Joe Fragapane, and now Joe is a self-professed non-expert in whiskey. He's graciously agreed to come and help me do tonight's samplings. So we explained the drill, and he knows what to do. And
Looking forward to it. Thank
so
you.
let's break into it. Let's see what we have for tonight's. We're going from top to bottom, left to right. So we'll continue here. Let's see what our first whiskey for tonight will be. So the biggest challenge is getting it out of the box. Good thing we can do it.
Anticipation is killing me.
Come on, there we go. So for tonight's first whiskey, it is Millstone 4-year-old Batch 3 single malt Dutch whiskey. What?
Never heard.
Dutch whiskey? But that's what it says. Millstone 4-year-old Batch 3. So 4 years is a little young for a single malt. But it's Dutch, so we don't know what influence that has.
You have a great national soccer team, I know
That's
that.
right. Okay. And then, well, let's get a close up, honey, of the labels. Both sides. There's 2, the front and the back.
Just a photo or you want a video?
Video close up. Move it around. Get close up. Hold it the other way. Hold your camera. There you go. Yeah.
I think that's great.
That's boutique.
That's what it is. So that's a thing with a boutique whiskey is, I guess you don't know, really going to be surprised with a lot of the selections here.
Would you say that the minimum normally is about a 7-year?
On a single
6,
malt, yeah,
7 to 8 year.
8 year kind of is your typical minimum range on a single malt. So this is a 4-year-old, which is now Ardbeg to come out for Wee Beastie, which is a 5-year-old. I've never had it actually. That's something I still plan to do. So, okay, so let's do the nose on this. Color looks pretty typical single malt, and actually for a young single malt, I'm surprised that it is as dark as it is. Okay. So what is our proof here? I guess I should have looked at that. We're right at 49%, so just under 150%. So I get some, just some good malt. I get some good oak. Surprising, again, on a young whiskey. And some butterscotch.
I'm sensing some grass, some hay, some grass. Whether that's a sign of the youthfulness of the Scotch.
That's a good observation. I'm just pulling that out too. I said there's something else earthy in there, and yeah, I would describe it as hay. Which
It's got a pleasant nose.
Yeah, it's certainly not objectionable. Let's go in for the taste.
Cheers. Happy holidays, Mr. Wizard.
Slanja. Okay, well, it tastes a bit young.
There's a nice perfume to it.
It has kind of a bit of a almost like an incense quality. But pleasant. It's definitely more agreeable on my second taste. I don't mind sometimes trying a young whiskey. It's a nice kind of comparison.
There's a little citrus towards the end that pops out, a little orange that I'm picking up.
All right, yeah, a little bitter orange.
It's not ripe. It's not a ripened fruit.
Yeah, I don't hate this. And it's Dutch. It's a Dutch single malt. So quite interesting there.
Could go Netherlands.
Yeah. Do they really need to be good at another thing? I mean, they're pretty
Again,
good in the winter sports, ice skating. There's a lot of things they're good at for a little country.
As an old soccer player, I keep going
And
back to
soccer,
the orange.
yeah.
They're national team. Oh, this is enjoyable. It is young.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's fully rounded yet, right?
No, it definitely missing some of that caramel smoothness, some of that malty richness.
There's a benefit to being a barrel a longer time.
Right. Yeah, so a little cleanse on my glass, a little cleanse on my palate. As we prepare for our next selection of the night. So, but before we get all that way, this is once again, the Millstone 4-year-old Dutch single malt. As I said, certainly an interesting whiskey. Certainly wasn't anything I hated. I just, I'll go ahead with my scoring. I'm gonna give this one about a 2.7. That's my score on this one.
He even takes it to the 10th. I see.
Oh, sometimes the 100th, depending on our
Well, that's why you're the wizard.
Well, I have to be as accurate as I can.
What's Joe scored?
Well, Joe will always work in even numbers because of my background. I would give it a 3.
Okay.
Probably because of just the uniqueness that it's Dutch, brings the conversation, and it's the holidays.
Yeah.
So already that has an influence on helping the number out a little bit.
Yeah.
I would bring it closer to a 3 than I would a 2.
Yeah, you're
I'd
going to
say a
give
3.
them the benefit of the Christmas spirit.
Sure.
Okay. All right. What's next here? Bottle number 2, and it is the 20th of December, as we are compressing a little bit our 12 days of Christmas. So our second selection is, just a drum roll, please. Okay. World's finest, world's whiskey blend. That boutique, we know it. It just says world's whiskey blend. Blended whiskey. That's
So not a single malt?
well, not technically, no, because it's blended. World Whiskey Blend. World Whiskey Blend, blended whiskey. Okay, well, it's a boutique whiskey. So again, like all these, I believe it's some type of private bottling.
What's the proof?
Proof on this one is right there at a 41.6, so just edging above the 80 minimum. So that does play in, and that's pretty typical of a blended, so to kind of fall more in that range. So
Much lighter.
you can see a much lighter color. We have no idea what this is. We don't know if there's mostly Speyside in this, Islay, but once we nose it, maybe we'll get some more ideas. So let's try that.
Immediately, it's candy. There's a
Yeah.
lot of sugars.
I got some that's a good description, like a candy sugar or rock candy almost.
There's some butterscotch in the
A little
background.
bit of toffee or butterscotch.
Yep.
Hint at some vanilla.
Yeah, there's no question. This is very sweet to the nose. You're just
Yeah,
picking up a lot of different types of sugars.
yeah, exactly. A little sugar cookie.
Well, it is again Christmas.
Christmas. Yeah.
Who would say no to a sugar cookie?
Yeah. Okay, well, let's taste this bad boy. Wow. That doesn't disappoint. It stays within that sweet range that we were smelling.
It's extremely thin.
It doesn't have a lot of legs.
Yeah, there's no depth to this. From the nose to have all that butterscotch and caramel and rock candy, I expected to get a little more depth in the flavor. It's very smooth.
And obviously, whoever was blending this, their goal was to make something that was, to me, this is something that would go good with desserts. It would go good with even a brunch,
Right. It's extremely casual on the palate. It's very. You have to pay attention, or you won't even pick up as much of the flavor.
And if I had somebody that was reluctant, first time, maybe Scotch drinker, something like this, I think would be perfect. Very approachable. It lays a little on the sweet side without being cloying by any means. But as Joe said, yes, very, very thin, not a lot of body or mouth feel. So, but again, I don't hate this. And I don't know much about it. We don't have any information. So
it's pleasant, but to me, it feels a bit incomplete. And Wizard, this may sound completely off base, and this will probably validate the fact that I really don't know what I'm talking about. But this reminds me of some very light grappas.
Yeah, I can see that.
Distilled grape.
Doesn't have that kind of.
It doesn't have the kick.
Doesn't have that rooty, dry.
Right, but that berry, that grape.
Underbrush taste.
Right.
But yeah, there is a similarity there. So some of those flavor elements are for sure.
Right.
There is a
Some
little
light
bit of
grappa.
a sweet, maybe fruitiness too.
I enjoyed the nose more than I did the flavor.
I'm with you on that. But I still wasn't totally disappointed. It wasn't like. I was actually surprised it was as sweet as it was. But it wasn't in a bad way either. Because I don't typically like sweet whiskey very much.
Right.
But I didn't hate that. So this again is our just World Whiskey Blend. Blended whiskey. So this is likely another independent bottler. Okay.
Don't forget to score.
I know, we got a score. Okay, Joe, I'm going to let you go first on this.
I'm going to give it a 2.
Just sort
It just lacked the personality.
Sticking with your
Whole
even
numbers.
whole numbers.
Whole numbers.
You know, my favorite numbers are irrational numbers. Okay. I didn't dislike it that much, but I'm going to put it at a 2.5. Okay. It's again, in the right circumstance, I could use that whiskey for certain things. Where I wouldn't maybe want to use it.
And that's a good point. Is that
Particularly
you would serve it in an environment or with a dish that you traditionally wouldn't. And so here I have a mindset that I'm tasting a whiskey that's a standalone,
Right.
that doesn't need the complementary dessert or food like a wine would, for example.
Yeah.
And that's why it is pleasant. I enjoyed it, but it didn't have the personality and character that I was hoping for.
So like if Shauna had a tea and some of her sorority sisters over and said, "Hey, what's a whiskey that would go with this?" That would come to mind. Something like
Agreed.
that a lot of people would. It would be accessible enough that it wouldn't be off-putting to most people. So, I mean, if you're not a whiskey or a Scotch whiskey person, our third and final whiskey tonight is another drum roll.
Much better drums.
You didn't have to do that because I was going to insert sound effects, but. And tonight's third and final whiskey is. Okay. It's the Macduff 10-year-old Batch 8 single malt Scotch whiskey.
I like the order of how you
Yeah.
randomly picked, Mr.
Yeah.
Wizard.
Yes, Macduff 10-year single malt. Okay, let's get some labels on that. Just go in close, because that's all. Is that Macduff or Macduff?
Mac.
Okay.
But it's 10 years. Finally. We've been having young ones.
Yeah.
Worth the
But
wait.
10 is kind of, generally on the young side for most of the single malts that I drink, but Macduff,
Yeah, but compared
10-year.
to the other one.
yeah, right. Did I rinse my glass? Glass and palette. Do that. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Wizard.
Okay. All right.
Back to color.
Color is again not too bold for a single malt. Usually you're going to be a little darker unless we're doing like a Isla, but
It's a straw color.
yes, still fairly on the light
Gold.
side. Okay. Really getting some butterscotch and a hint of oak in here. I get some goes without saying, some vanilla. I can definitely taste or tell that this is likely a ex-bourbon cask.
There's lavender in here, Mr. Wizard.
There's some
There's
some heather, maybe some heather floral notes.
and it's definitely floral.
I would say heather. That's really that's a very agreeable nose, I would say. Nothing is really smacking me heavy. It's fairly light all around, but have a nice balance to it. All right, so let's go in for the taste.
Cheers.
Slanja.
This has a longer finish than the other two, especially compared to the second one. There's much more peat into this.
There's a little bit of peat in here. It's like they put just enough in here to say, it's a Scottish.
Correct. It's not overbearing, but I appreciate the length of the flavor. It stays with you in the palate for a much longer run.
And on the tongue, I get lots of toffee, butterscotch, maybe a hint of some almond or marzipan, something like that. Very nice. Very nice. Mm.
And it stays with you longer. I appreciate that. Very nicely balanced.
Okay, so my scoring. I'm going to say this one, I'm going up to a 3.55 on this one.
I think the studio audience knows where I'm going with this, based on my other. This is a 4.0.
So
this
you would mind having a bottle of this
I would enjoy this on the shelf at home and looking to share it with friends and family. Absolutely.
It falls into something that it's a good everyday drinker, good one to have around. I certainly wouldn't be ashamed to serve this and have this. Okay, well, fantastic job, Matt and Joe. You guys really did a stupendous job in helping me out. I think you both fared pretty well and demonstrated that you have the nose for appreciating fine whiskey. Okay, next time we'll continue with part 2. This is Douglas Dunbar, the Whiskey Wizard, for the Whiskey Round Table. Happy holidays, cheers, Slàinte. And now back to the live show.
And we're back.
All right, kids.
All right. So
that was
thanks.
A long one today.
Yeah. So that's Joe and Joe Fragapane, or Joe Fragapane, and my friend Matt Sosa, another friend of this show who helped me out there. So, okay. Well, it looks like it's about closing time, right? So
Let's move on.
All right. So we'll be back. Our next show will be on the 16th, the final show of the year. And so we'll see you then at our normal 7:30 p.m. start time. And, tonight's closing quote comes from Humphrey Bogart, who said, "The problem with the world is that everyone is a few drinks behind."
Awesome.
That's right.
Kids, thank you for watching the show tonight. We had a good time as always, and we'll catch you guys on the 16th. Until then, be safe shopping, and we'll catch you later. We're your hosts, Big G,
Karen Helen Keller,
Doug Dunbar,
and Zach.
We did, before we leave, we did find out that the price on that is what?
$31.98.
I think so.
Look,
and we were saying,
$31.98.
hey, I would pay $80 for it, so you need to run out and get some.
Go
okay,
get your
at that price.
Cleveland Whiskey Christmas Bourbon.
Yeah. All right, guys, we'll see you next time.
See you later.
If whiskey stopped working, every bar in town would be closing their doors, shutting down. Everybody would be trapped with their thoughts, 'cause nothing numbs the pain like bourbon or scotch. Oh no, oh no, no. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably wasting lots of money trying therapy. If whiskey stopped working, what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. If whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped working, oh, whiskey stopped working, if whiskey stopped. Poor Jack D would be out of a job. Jameson and Beam would be cut off. what the hell would I do? Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be over you. Whiskey stopped working if whiskey stopped working. Whiskey stopped working if whiskey stopped working. Whiskey stopped working if whiskey stopped. If whiskey stopped working, where the hell would I be? Probably halfway out of this town, leaving Tennessee.